So, you think you've had a bad day at work? Let me tell you about mine. I'm a cop, but not the kind you see driving around in a marked patrol car. I work undercover, which means blending in is literally my job description. For the past 6 months, I've been living in this seemingly perfect suburban neighborhood, trying to gather intel on a highly organized crime ring that operates out of one of these cookie-cutter houses. The biggest challenge? Not the dangerous criminals. No, it was the Homeowners Association, or as we called her, HOA Karen. This woman, let's call her Brenda, ruled the neighborhood with an iron fist. Grass too long. That's a fine. Holiday decorations up a day too late. Fine. Your trash can visible from the street for more than an hour after pickup. You guessed it. Another fine. She was a nightmare. But I had to play by the rules to maintain my cover. My cover was Mark, a boring, single guy who worked from home in IT. Nobody would ever suspect Mark was watching their every move. My most important tool was my car. It looked like any other beat-up sedan on the block, but inside, it was packed with surveillance equipment. It was my mobile command center. I had to park it on the street. Since my cover story didn't include a garage full of high-tech gear, I was always super careful to follow the parking rules to the letter, or so I thought. One morning, I woke outside, coffee in hand, ready to start a long day of watching my target. And my car is just gone. Vanished. My heart sinks, not just because it's my ride, but because thousands of dollars of sensitive police equipment is in that vehicle. I start to panic. Did the crime ring figure me out? Did they steal the car to destroy the evidence I've been gathering? I start canvassing the neighbors, playing the part of a concerned resident. Hey, did you guys see a tow truck this morning? My old sedan seems to have disappeared. An elderly gentleman watering his prize-winning roses points down the street. Oh, yeah. Saw one bright and early. Brenda was out there with them, pointing at your car. Brenda, or? Got in. Of course. My panic turns to pure, unfiltered rage. I march down the street to her house, which is, of course, immaculately maintained. She's on her porch, sipping tea from a delicate cup, looking smug. Brenda, I say, trying to keep my voice even. My car is gone. My neighbor said you had it towed. She looks up at me, a fake, syrupy sweet smile on her face. Oh, Mark, is that what happened? Well, you were parked with your left tire, just barely touching the white line. That's a clear violation of Article 7, Section 3 of the Community Bylaws. All improperly parked vehicles are subject to immediate removal at the owner's expense. She takes a slow sip of her tea, enjoying my frustration. I take a deep breath. Brenda, I really need that car back. It was an honest mistake. Where is it? I'll go get it right now. She scoffs. It's at the impound lot across town. You can find their information on the community website. You'll need to pay the towing fee, the storage fee, and of course the $200 fine to the HOA before you can get it released. She smirks. Maybe next time you'll read the handbook more carefully. This was unbelievable. I was on the verge of cracking a massive case, and this power-tripping tyrant was holding my entire operation hostage over a painted line. I tried to reason with her. Look, there's important work stuff in that car. Can you please just make a call? We can sort out the fees later. Work stuff. Like your spreadsheets. Mark, she says, dripping with condescension. The rules are the rules. They apply to everyone. No exceptions. That was it. I'd reached my limit. The Mark from IT persona evaporated. I stood up straight, and my whole demeanor changed. The friendly neighbor was gone, and the cop was back. All right, Brenda, we tried it your way. I reach into my back pocket and pull out my badge. I hold it up for her to see. Detective Miller, Police Department. The car you just had illegally towed is an active, unmarked police vehicle involved in a federal investigation. Her jaw drops. The teacup trembles in her hand. The smugged smile is completely wiped from her face, replaced by a look of pure, unadulterated shock. She starts stammering, I didn't know. You can't be. Oh, I can be. I interrupt. my voice cold as ice. That vehicle contains thousands of dollars of government property. By having it towed and refusing to facilitate its immediate return, you have committed grand theft auto of a police vehicle. That's a felony. She just stares at me, completely speechless. Her face turns pale. I gave you an out, Brenda, I continue, pulling out my phone. I asked you nicely to help me get the car back. You refused. So now you're going to tell me exactly which tow company and which lot has my vehicle. And then you're going to turn around and put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Her teacup shatters on the pristine porch tiles. The sound echoes in the quiet morning air. I make the call to dispatch, requesting a marked unit for a transport. As I'm reading, Brenda writes, the curtains of the neighboring houses start to twitch. The whole neighborhood is watching as their dreaded HOA president is placed in handcuffs. The look on her face was something I'll never forget, a perfect blend of terror and disbelief. The patrol car arrives, and two uniformed officers take a very confused and crying Brenda away. The irony was just beautiful. The woman who terrorized everyone over tiny rule infractions was being taken to jail for committing a major felony. I got my car back from the impound lot a couple of hours later. The tow truck driver couldn't have been more apologetic once he saw my badge. The department covered the fees, and I was back on my surveillance post by noon. The best part, the next HOA meeting was very different. They elected the nice old guy with the roses as the new president. And you know what? No one has gotten a fine for a parking violation since. Sometimes justice doesn't just come for the big criminals. Sometimes it comes for HOA Karen. It was definitely a day at work I won't be forgetting anytime soon. Thanks for watching, and if you liked this story, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more. See you next time.